It's now time for Me and My Roku with host Peter Clay.
You can panic if you want to.
Incidentally, this is Peter.
So we have a voicemail now from Peter.
Pete, you are not.
Not everybody sounds like Peter Clay.
This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Peter Clay is here today.
Wow. Oh, boy.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome to another fantastilicious edition of Me and My Roku. Yes, that's a word. Look it up. This is me show. I talk about what I do with my Roku and streaming like devices. Share it along to the public to see if that sparks anything in the imagination for people to use. On this edition, I'm going to lead off. Don't forget that the opening segment now available on Instagram. My name on there is Pierre Argyle. You want to know the secret behind that? It's a secret. This is my name in French. It's okay. Yes. And also a little blurb on Twitter as well. They only take 45 seconds, so that's all right. So check that out so you can see my beautiful face, beautiful flowers in the back, the TARDIS, and a couple of Winnie the Poohs back there. So I am a Winnie the Pooh fan. It's not a protest statement or anything like that, so don't block me in China. Anyway, so what I'm going to say for this opening here, it's going to sound a little weird. So I got a little idea here, and it's just going to sound weird. So this is an exciting time to either be a cord cutter, investor, or anything else like that. Why? Because people are panicking. Yes. That's actually good for you. No, it's bad, right? There's going to be a recession. There's viruses and all this stuff. Bad. It's good. Because when people are panicking, they want you more, to get out there and actually do stuff. So here's my little thing, and this is what the me part of the show. You don't have to follow anything that I do. Just hear me out, and here you go. I only panic, okay, when Las Vegas closes. All right, so when that's completely closed, then I'm crapping my pants. Until then, proceed as normal. Wash your hands and all that stuff and take precautions. But when you realize, above all the things that are actually trying to kill you, you'll realize that everything is. You're going to die. It's going to happen. Now, you don't want to just go la 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 la, but, precaution is fine, but just like every little thing. So if you want to panic, I can give you some things to panic about. There's a volcano at the center of the United States that is 50 to 60,000 years overdue to erupt. Okay, but they don't tell you that because they want the tourist income. Look at those geysers. It's going to blow any minute. So just so you know, and then 3/4 of the United States, depending on the jet stream, could be in big trouble. So, yeah, there's that. Or you can worry about a virus that percentage-wise is this compared to, malaria and cancer and heart disease and just other humans killing other humans. But hey, if you want to panic, you go right ahead. In the meantime, there is opportunities for you and your Roku because, if people are staying in, they're going to be giving you stuff. There's going to be things on sale because they want you to buy stuff and all that stuff. So plenty of opportunities out there if you want. Or you can just panic and crawl up in a hole and just, cuddle up with your Purell and all that stuff. It's up to you. But at Me and My Roku, full steam ahead. So let's get started. Okay, so we had some incidents this last week, most of it revolving around YouTube TV, which if you recall in their last program, I said, okay, let's give this another try. Another month to keep going. The 2-week preview went on, and comparing it to the month of Sling that I had, it was working great. And so I thought we'd give it another try. I racked up some Google Play credits, and I thought that was good enough, but apparently not. So I didn't accommodate for the sales tax. And apparently, if you don't have a full Google Play credit for it, it won't take it, and it will go up to its backup method. So it went under my credit card. Now, it's fine. I had enough on my credit card. It's all good. But that's not what I wanted. And in this day and age, the customer gets what it wants. Now, did I complain? Did I go to Twitter and so YouTube TV, you suck, you're the worst, blah, blah, blah. You should satisfy me immediately or anything like that? No, I did not. Years ago, I was playing cards with my father, and we had agreed upon a set of rules. And when I decided to break those rules, my dad put his cards down and said, we're done. He didn't get mad. He didn't take the card table and the chips and all of that and just spray it everywhere or anything like that. He just said, we're done. And so there's a lot of things. I could have went to social media. I could have went to all my friends and said, YouTube TV, we had an agreement here. It says you allow Google Play credits. You did not take the balance of that and then put the balance in something else. I know Google is a small company and that's hard for them to do. I just said, no, thank you. I canceled. So, I still have the month, to do all of that stuff. So actually what I'll probably do is I have gathered even more credits since then. So I now have enough. So, and the other thing about it is too, see, they do it on YouTube. So if there's a balance, then it just goes on your backup payment. So it works for YouTube, but it doesn't work for YouTube TV apparently. So I could have got upset. So I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. So I'm planning on canceling. And if I might re-up and try the Google Play credit again. If it doesn't take it, then we're done. So I'm a customer. I want what I want and get what I want or else. So am I just clamoring now? I'm going to go to Hulu Live now, blah, blah, blah. No. Well, I may do nothing. I may fork over again, but who knows? I may only need it for a month, so we'll see. More YouTube TV news. Well, got one of those emails again. As we did just before the Super Bowl, YouTube TV said, Fox and all that stuff. So yeah, we're not going to do this. Actually, it was Roku. Sorry, I'm throwing YouTube TV into a whole nother category. But anyway, I got an email saying we're going to go away from this. And in the meantime, just before I was about ready to go, Roku and Fox came to an agreement. Well, here we go. YouTube TV says, Sinclair, which now owns many of the Fox regional sports networks and the Yes Network, which has a pretty prominent team in there, maybe. The Yankees. I don't know. Some people think they're popular. They said, we're not going to do this anymore. And February 29th, Leap Day, will be the last day. Well, just before that, they say, we've come to a temporary agreement. I don't have a video segment for this. You can see my quotations going on here. A temporary agreement that extended regional sports networks from Fox and Yes for a little while. Now we see, as of this recording, Yes has been taken off and some regional sports networks have been taken off. Mine is still on. Fox Sports Wisconsin. Go Brewers. They're still going right now, but it's temporary. Again, quotation marks. So here we go again. You're going to, as I previously stated on a previous episode, this is going to happen a lot. But with coronavirus and all of these other things too, people panicking, people may say, we'll let it go for a little while, and because people need stuff to watch, including sports. So, much ado about nothing for the most part, and things that are kind of expected. It's just happening to be on things that I have. So then once it's happening to me, I tell you. So here on me and my Roku. Okay, so this can be either considered the opinion part of the program or just some friendly advice to hand out to me and Roku listeners type of thing. Be on the lookout for websites and articles and things like that saying the top 20 Roku channels, check them out now, blah, 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 blah. If you want to support these sites, you may. That's up to you. But it's clickbait. It's no good. There's links in there that do things for them and all that stuff. So it's not really helping you. It's helping them type of thing. Now, if you want to support these things, that's fine. But it's basically crap. Because if you want to know what the top 20 things on your Roku is, it's on your Roku. So anything you see, and when you look at channels along those lines, they're put in order of what the most popular. So if you're looking at the latest videos or the latest apps or the most watched and this and that in any category, the most popular are lined up from top to bottom then. So just so you know. So you can use a website to kind of tell you things that you already know, or you can just look it up yourself. So I always opt for do it yourself because you explore and you learn more that way than a clickbait website. So that's just me. The other thing, friendly advice, just for now, kind of like the coronavirus, so there's this saying, just take some extra precautions and all that stuff, some extra precaution, and just avoid AT&T right now. Anything that says AT&T, just kind of stay away from it, okay? Treat it like the coronavirus. Just, No, I don't have a big problem with AT&T on the whole. I've tried some of these things in the past and all that stuff, but right now it's so confusing between AT&T Now and AT&T TV and AT&T this and that. They're trying to brand things, and I just don't understand what's going on in this. It's just for now. There's so much out there, so much for free, so much that you can get a free trial on, so many things on. You know what AT&T is. You know what they do. Go do something else for right now until they figure out what they're going to do. So now Time Warner, which is part of Warner Video, or however they want to go by themselves, which is owned by AT&T, your HBO Nows, your HBO Goes, HBO Max, when that comes out, give them a try if you wish, or if you need to for the programming you want and all that stuff. That's fine. But anything AT&T, just for now. Just wash your hands a little, right now, and just kind of stay away until the smoke clears, and we'll see what happens. So in the meantime, plenty of stuff out there for you and your Roku right here on me and my Roku. Okay, kids, gather around. Let's get together, have a little Chit Chat, a little get together, a little discussion here. So, I do things in the background, plenty of things, so that I don't need to take ads. I do this out of the love of the game for muscle memory and all these things. So I've been in radio. I got started in 1988, and from there I did cassettes to. Well, it was doing demos and stuff like that, and then I would hand them out. And then people started like some of the shows that we did, so me and a partner got together, formed a little production studio and all that stuff, and so we handed out cassette tapes, and then eventually that became CDs, and then eventually that became internet streaming, which eventually became podcasts. And so I've been doing this a long time, and so this is just something that I like to do. So, but if you're one of those people who just can't help but tip people or do anything like that, my main radio site is radioaffliction.com, and there's a donate button there. And so if you have a couple pennies or something like that you want to throw my way through PayPal, boom, I'm not going to stop you. Also, if you were given a gift card and you have $1 or something left, you don't know what to do with it, if you want to email that to me at mymyrokupodcast@gmail.com, I'm not going to stop you. It would be wonderful. But it's not necessary and it's not required. All I ask is that you just spread the love a little bit. Tell somebody, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that will give you virtual hugs throughout the universe. You can feel that stuff. So this, also, I get gift cards. And so I do little things that get me gift cards. I put a link down in through every podcast. It says, click here to see how Pete gets gift cards. Bah. If you want to click on that, check it out for yourself. I would like it to have about 4 people to kind of help me out doing that. I've gotten one partner, and he's gone gangbusters. So between what he does, what I do, and all that stuff, it's really helped a lot. And so what this also does, it would help you. So it doesn't just help me. It's a win-win type of thing. So those are the things I look for. That's why I do the show the way I do it. So that's a win-win. It helps me help you type of thing through me to you. The show would not be possible without the help of the Internet Archive. Just plain and simple. They provided the bandwidth since 2006, we'll just say. I can't do math on that right now. So I got a wonderful email from them. They're letting me know what's going on with the Internet Archive. If you use the Brave browser, okay, a lot of people are switching to these type of things. They're concerned about their privacy. I don't know why. It's a public world, but that's okay. Hey, you want to be private? That's up to you. So you go to a web page and you get a page not found, an error 404 or something like that. Well, no fear if you're using the Brave browser, because they are working with the Internet Archive then, and they will go to the Wayback Machine to look for the page that you were looking for. That's just one of the things the Internet Archive is doing at archive.org. Not only just hosting this podcast, other podcasts as well, books. Night of the Living Dead adaptations, either books or homemade movies or anything like that. Now, here's one thing they're doing, which I think is kind of fascinating. For decades, amateur radio operators have encountered numbers stations. What is that? They're mysterious broadcasters reciting random strings or letters and numbers. Okay, they're actually secret messages being sent by intelligence agencies. Okay, and you can hear these in the series, a collection of encoded transmissions. So look for that at archive.org. Also, they have a classic TV commercials from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So it's not just podcasts, not just independent things and all that stuff. There's a whole bunch of things that are being archived. It's the greatest online library out there. Please consider supporting them because they've supported us for so long. And check it out today at archive.org. Okay. We're having fun here on Me and My Roku. I'm your host, Peter Clay. Fun, as always, to be with you because it's just what I do. Some news and notes. Pluto TV is just going gangbusters. It's just ridiculous. It's taking over the ad-supported video on demand part. Some of them are being bought out like Tubi and Zumo, but Pluto, already part of Viacom CBS, just grows and grows, and now it's had an update. And I was just going through my Roku, and I noticed the app had changed, and then I go through, and everything has changed. New grids, new styles, kind of easier to get to the on-demand stuff, and not just a grid type of thing. So it takes a little getting used to, but if you're a Pluto fan, you'll notice that, and you might be impressed, you might not. Who knows? Things change. Nothing stays the same anymore. If you haven't checked out Pluto yet, then, hey, welcome aboard. Also, T-Mobile has announced that, yes, once again, if you're a T-Mobile customer, you will get MLB TV for free for the whole season starting March 24th as part of T-Mobile Tuesday. So that's big news in this household here, because maybe that's another reason why YouTube TV, oh, you better learn to satisfy me. Otherwise, I'll just say, screw it. I'm just going to watch MLB TV and Hulu. That's it. That's maybe all I'll need. So, and just regular Hulu, not Hulu Live. Just, hey, just go with that. Who knows? We'll see. But that just begs the question on MLB TV, because they still go with blackout rules. So if your local team will most likely be blacked out, and it depends where you live, then what else you can get. So where we live here, only the Milwaukee Brewers are blacked out. That's fine because we watch the Cubs. Anyway, and the Twins and stuff like that, or whatever we want. I just like baseball, so that's why I get it every year. So some markets, like, oh, I don't know. It's not like I go there at all or anything like that. Vegas, okay? 5 teams claim Vegas as a home market and black them out, including the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland A's. Now, you go look at a map and all that stuff. So I get the Cubs where I live, and that's, say, 220, 250 miles, give or take, and look at the distance between Vegas and the San Francisco Bay Area. But, hey, who am I to say? So it's ridiculous, but be careful and be mindful of that if you get that, to know that your home team. So that's why when YouTube TV is saying your regional network may go away, you may just want to be easy on it, because that's how you can stream games on your Roku for that type of stuff. You need your regional network. Speaking of the Chicago Cubs, they have a new network, the Marquee Sports Network, and it does have a Roku app, but you have to live within 30 miles of the Chicago metropolitan area for you to get it for free. So otherwise, it has to be part of a package, and I have not seen it on any regional sports packages yet. Since PlayStation View is no longer, I do not know of anyone else. Maybe Fubo is the only other one I know that has a sports package that has all of those regional sports networks on it. So keep an eye on that. And here's a question that comes up quite frequently: is a lot of the TVs today are smart TVs. Some have a Roku built in. Otherwise, they have some sort of other OS. Does this hurt Roku? And the answer is yes, no, maybe, kind of, not really, sort of. Anyway, you have heard me say on this program once before, and I'm not just saying, once again, as a disclaimer, disclosure type of thing. I am not paid by Roku or anything like that. I am not employed by them. I am not sponsored by them. I'm an independent person of my own means, my own podcast network. I have just found that the Roku has just worked a little better, a little easier to use, a little more easier to navigate than some of the other issues. I have all of them except the Apple TV. So I have a Fire TV and I have a Chromecast, and I compare and contrast, and there's a lot of things that other of them do, but when it all comes down to it, including the TV, then it just comes down to a Roku. So if you have a smart TV, I still recommend a Roku. We have a nice big 58-inch Hisense TV that has an Android built in, also with a built-in Chromecast and all that stuff. And that works sometimes. But guess what the Roku does? It works all the time. So that's why I just still, even with newer TVs and all that stuff, and these are the worst TVs that we'll have because they'll start getting better and better and all that stuff, but I'm still assuming that Roku is going to be a part of it. One of the reasons I started this podcast to begin with was I thought this was going to come and go, and this would be just part of the Internet Archive type of thing. But here we are 10 years later, and it's still here. I'm still here, and all that good stuff. So that's a miss on my part that has happened to me more than once or twice and stuff. Like How I Met Your Mother. And it's just like, well, this is dumb. You know, how is he going to meet the mother? Once you do, what do you do? So I thought it was going to come and go, and 9 years later, it was there, and all it did was end up as it started. So anyway, that's a side issue on my part. And probably the most asked question is cutting the cord really worth it? Do you really save money? There was a commercial back in the late 80s, early 90s. I believe it was from the Good Guys in the Bay Area. And this lady goes up to us and says, how do I really know I'm getting a low price? And the smiling salesman says, well, how do we really know anything? Besides, what does low mean anyway? I mean, you might think your low is low, and then actually your low is really high. Get it? So what's worth to you? You know, some people just want to pay the cable company a bunch of money, and it is a bunch of money, but they don't have to worry about anything. It's just there. Look at this. Magically, all these channels, boom, 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 boom. Some people, a little more selective, just want a few channels. And why am I paying all this when all I watch are these 5 things? To me, my life changed. This is why it's me and my Roku, just me, is when I took control of my media. I took control of my audio. I found that all the radio shows I listened to, I was getting 4 minutes to 6 minutes of commercials just waiting for the next segment to come up, when I realized I could listen to the podcast of the same show and either just have one commercial at the beginning or at the end or anything like that, and just listen to what I wanted to listen to. And I got to listen to it when I wanted to, not between 2 and 6 p.m. I'd listen to it first thing in the morning or later that night or something like that, or before I went to bed. I took control. I got to listen to all the same programming that's out there, and I actually ended up getting to listen to more. And the same thing happened with the Roku then and all that stuff. I'm in control. And then I started taking control of my finances. I started taking control of my relationship. I ended up getting in a relationship and being in control. We worked together as a team because we knew what we were doing, type of thing. So I'm just saying me. Okay? So yes, it can save you money. It can help you budget more, and then you realize what's more important, the money or the goods that I get with that money. So is it more if I'm spending the same amount of money, but I'm at least getting what I want, rather than saying, here's a bunch of money and here's the whole deal. So who's to say in one regard, but on the other hand, just a little work, a little control to know that you're in control. You know, that's to me all that matters, but that may be different for other people. So that's okay. Anyway, comings and goings. Nothing really came or went this week. I was exploring more all the different changes of some of the things that are going on, and I checked some of the networks that are being swallowed up by other people, and not much has changed that way. I still do have the Redbox app, although I haven't watched it. That probably will go, but I don't have anything else to add on, and so I like to have my grid look equal in. So it's holding up a space on the bottom right corner there. So see right there? Yeah. So that's important to me. So anyway, well, I've rambled on and all this stuff, and I appreciate that. Remember, you can subscribe to the Me and My Roku podcast, and I really hope that you do. But also the opening segment available on Instagram, and you can see my face, and I'll wave at you and say hello and all that stuff. You can see all the things in my room and all that stuff. Check that out. It's a Pierre Argyle. All right, and I also put other photos of my cats and things I find in rental cars and all that stuff, too. So check it out, Pierre Argyle on Instagram. Also on Twitter at Radio Affliction. That's fun, too. If you want to email me, you can email at meandmyrokupodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to the Me and My Roku podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, YouTube, iHeartMedia, and radio.com. Wow. I hope you're enjoying you and your Roku as much as I'm enjoying me and my Roku. I'll check back with you real soon.